Okay, we're in section 93 now. Contents, read through it, try to understand it, try to understand the examples that are being presented to you. I certainly would go through those, and then you get busy with the exercises. All right, my name is Ron Bannon. This is a draft version of my adaptation of Webster Wells's Advanced Course in Algebra that date back to 1904. I do want to claim that this PDF document is being made available to the Prison Mathematics Project participants only. At some point in the future, I will be publishing this. So for any teachers and students out there that want to get a copy of this, what you're going to do is email me and I'll let you know what's going to become available. My email address is Bannon, that's B as in boy, the @ symbol, NNON.US. All right? Now, certainly moving forward means that I can't say a firm conviction, but the conviction is that you've studied the material that's prior, and you might forget a lot of this stuff, but the bottom line, you can go back and review it. But the thing is that you're looking at this thing over here and you're saying, yeah, I think I can proceed forward. Now over here, you read a very short section, by the way. They want me to get the term, a particular term in a series. And I'm going to write this down for you. And this one, it's really it says 7th term. Now, we just did this before. I don't want to write all the terms down. And I really say thank God for that because I didn't like writing them all down anyway. I'll write this over here. I'll factor an A out. And this would be what? 1 minus 3x to the minus 3/2 over A. And then I'll put the power down, minus 1/3. And I got to keep going here, right? So I'm going to I'll put it over, I got space down here now. So it's A to the minus 1/3 times, let's be careful. It's going to be 1 plus minus 3x to the minus 3/2 A to the minus 1 raised to the power minus 1/3. So someone says, what do they want? They want the 7th term. I'm not going to write all the terms down, though. Now, for me to get to the 7th term, I'll just write down what I'm putting over here. Equals. And you know there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on this term over here. All right? So, the first thing I'd like to look for is what this thing is going to be raised to. All right? I got to be really careful here. So let's take a look at that. And I'll point out what I mean by that. This would be the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 6. I'm going to write that down for you. You know what? I know I'm running out of room here. I'll just put a long thing here. And this is going to be this term over here. So it's going to be minus 3x to the minus 3/2 A to the minus 1. I want to remind what I did before. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on 6. All right, let's talk about it again. I'm going to put the factorial down now. And that's the bottom number, right? So 0 factorial. Whoops, sorry about that. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 6. What goes here? 6 factorial. All right. Here comes the tough part. It's that coefficient part where I'm doing the n minus 1, n minus 2. So remember here, it's like 1. This would be n minus 1, You get the idea? N minus 1, n minus 2. I don't want to keep writing them down, by the way. So let's see. 1, n minus 1, n minus 1, n minus 2. I'm just going to talk about the last factor now. N minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5. I'm going to write that down now. We'll do it one step at a time. Don't worry about that. What's the n? Minus 1/3. And I'm gonna write them all down for you. Minus 4. It's work though, isn't it? And again, you may have a different technique, but it really not going to change the answer. Unless you make a mistake. Oops, sorry about that. It's a lot of work though, isn't it? All right, let's go to town. We have an answer key, we'll look at it. So let's write down one step at a time. A lot of work. Minus 1/3. Let's see, minus 1/3 minus 1 is minus 4/3. These will have a nice pattern, by the way. Let's see, still thirds. Everything's going to be thirds, isn't it? How many factors do we have? Let me go through that with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll write them all down for you. Let's see, I just did this one, I did that one. Let's do this one over here. And again, it's got a really nice pattern to it. Minus 7/3. This is going to be minus 10/3. All right, let's do this one over here. And just looking at it, I'm going to say minus 13/3. Why am I doing that? Looks like they're going down by 3, the numerator, right? Minus 1, minus 4, minus 7, minus 10, minus 13. You could do this for all day long. All right, what's the next one going to be? Still thirds. And that'd be minus 16. You may want to check that, by the way, but it is minus 16/3. And what do you get over here? I'll write it down for you. It's minus 3 to the 6th power. It's going to be x. Let's be very careful about this. That's going to be minus 9. And then you get a to the minus 6. What do you get on bottom? 6 factorial, which is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Now let me just talk about the sign of it first. I hope you realize that there's, let's just count them up again for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's an even number term, so it's definitely a positive number. And there's an even number of factors there. What do I know about this, though? I'm kind of looking at it, and I know all the 3's would disappear. There's 6 factors on top, 6 factors on the bottom. All the 3's disappear. Right, so what am I left off with? I'll write the number down for you. You're left off with 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16. On the bottom, you get 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A chicken scratch. Let's take a look at it. 5 and 2 is 10. 4 goes into 16 4 times. Right? Well, let's take a look. 2, 3. What are you left with on top? Well, let's do the bottom first. You're left off with 3 times 3, which is 9. Now, could I have made an error? Of course I could have made an error. That's why we have a K. So let me see the bottom. 3 times 3 is 9. What do you got on top? 14. Oh, it's much more difficult, isn't it? So it's 14 times 13 times 4. Well, I'm going to do some arithmetic here. I'm going to do 14. And 4 times 13 is what? 40 and 12, 52. Let's do that. And what do you get? 10 times 52 is 520. And 4 times 52 is 208. So what do you give there? 728. Then what do you get? X to the minus 9, a to the minus 6. I don't want you to forget something, though. I don't remember what you're doing over here. I'm still going to be multiplying by this, right? So I forgot about that. You gotta do it. So let me write that down for you. Again, I'm just doing my chicken scratch. So A, we'll put a box in this, don't worry, to the minus 1/3 times this number here, 728 over 9, x to the minus 9, a to the minus 6. Well, I think I'm ready to write my answer down, and then we'll check it with the key. If I make an error, I'll feel bad about it, and I'll have to do it again. I'm going to say x to the 9. I'm going to put it in the bottom, by the way. And then what do you have? Minus 1/3 minus 6. That's minus 8, minus 19/3. That's the 7th term. Let's look at the key. 728. I got the 9 in the bottom. X9, 19/3. We did a great job. All right. Now, granted, this is what my chicken scratch would look like when I'm typing it up. When I do the work, though, I want to point out I kind of get rid of all the chicken scratch and neaten it up. You want to neaten up. What's the most important feature here? This is an important feature. This is an important feature. And then the final answer is important. All right. You kind of get rid of all the chicken scratch. Me putting stuff like this down just so I could count in whatever. All right. Now, if they were asking for the 10,000th term, you could still write it down, but it'd be a lot more difficult to compute, all right? The term they're asking for the 7th term is really not that bad. They're going to be reasonable, all right? So there's only one example over there. We hope that's an example that's sufficient to get you going. And the bottom line, what I mean to get you going is you're looking at these problems, and you're going to do them. And certainly, this one says the 6th term. Again, I can't say this enough times. This needs to be rewritten like this. And that would be a to the 4/3 times 1 plus x over a to the 4/3. Expand away. All right? Now again, when you do that, we are hoping you're able to match this for every single one I put down. That you're able to match it for every single one I'm putting down. All right? Now, so did you do those computations? I did them. They were tedious, but I did them. All right? All of them. Every single one. Every single one. Someone says, how many are there? Let's keep going through it. Oh, not that bad. 14. Does it work? It took me time, too. It does take me time to get through that. All right, what do you get over here? You get to the Sage. What's Sage? I hope you realize that we've been doing this for a while now. It's a computer algebra system, or a CAS. It's open source, which means it's free to get and download. Download or use the interactive web-based application. You try to type in this code over here. It says, why would I do that? Let's see if you can do it. Expand it. It has something to do with the problem set that we just did. Again, if you see an error in my key, and I don't care how small it is or how big it is, point it out to me, please. You'll benefit by doing so, and other readers will benefit by having your input. And again, I'll give you credit where credit is due. My name is Bannon. My email address is also Bannon. That's B as in boy, the @ NNON.US. And again, thank you for paying attention, and good luck.